Manchester City 8, Salford 0, into the fourth round of the FA Cup. Hopefully we can get a good draw, whether it's either against someone we haven't really played that much over the years, like away from home or at home. Or you could give us one of the big boys, and then if we knock them out, then it would give us a better chance of winning it. But McAtee got a hat-trick, Doku scored 2, and Bumba got a debut goal, if that's how you say it. I don't even know how you say it really properly. Grealish scored his first goal in a long time. O'Reilly scored. And one thing I've always said about Jack Grealish, he's a very good footballer, but I don't think City have used him in his best position, which is midfield, for a lot of his time at City. They played him out of position, like on the wing, and I think that's why we haven't really always seen the best of Jack Grealish while at City. And I think if we play him in the midfield, then you're more likely to see a better version of Jack Grealish, because I just don't see him as a winger, because he's not that sort of player who's got pace and can beat a fullback. He's a player that's good at like controlling the ball and creating chances for other players. And I think once we got the first goal in this game, that sort of took a bit of jeopardy away from the game, because I think when you play these lower league teams in the Cups, if you score first, then you're more likely to win the game. It's only if they score first that the pressure becomes on. And we took the pressure off ourselves by getting that first goal. Jeremy Doku, good finish. And I thought Nico O'Reilly was excellent. I thought Simpson Pussy did well at the back. I thought... And Bumba, he was good at like holding off players, but I feel like one thing he could work on is staying onside, because I did think he was offside quite a few times, which is a bit unfortunate, but he did play a part in winning the penalty for the fourth goal, as well as scoring the second goal as well. And McAtee has proven why he should be starting in the league, because we're missing like energy in the midfield this season, and that's why I think McAtee and O'Reilly after this game should be given more of a chance. And it's a shame that it's taken for us to play against a side, no disrespect to Salford, in League 2, for Pep to actually give them a go, to realise that they're actually good enough to get into this team. But I'm hoping we can win this FA Cup, because it's a chance at a trophy at Wembley. And as long as we win something this season, then I think the season's relatively successful. Because even though the season is going to end up more than likely not being as good as what we would have hoped before the season started, if we can still win a trophy or two, I think that's a successful season. Because winning trophies is always a good thing, even if you're not having your greatest of seasons. Because in 1920 we didn't have our best of seasons, but we still won something. We need to make sure we can do the same thing this season. And I think FA Cup's probably our best shot. Because Champions League, if our defence has been like what we've been like this season, it's going to struggle if we come up against a side with a bit of quality like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, someone like that. But I think FA Cup's a good chance, because Liverpool might not take it that seriously, because they've got Champions League to go for, they've got the league to go for. They're in the Carabao Cup as well. Chelsea, I reckon we could beat them in a one-off game. I reckon United we could obviously beat in a one-off game as well. Arsenal, I reckon we could beat. I think there's a good chance we win this FA Cup, should we take it seriously enough. Because we've got no reason not to take it seriously enough, because there's no guarantees we go far into the Champions League, which is like a semi-final, and then it's like a few days in between the FA Cup semi-final. And the league, yeah, there's a chance if we beat Liverpool in February, there might be a small chance of us coming back into the title race. But even if we do come back into it, we're still not the favourites for it, because Liverpool will still have a 9-point lead over us, even if we beat them in February. So Yeah, and they've still got a game less than us as well. So we've got to go all out for the FA Cup this year, in my opinion. Because I know a lot of people will say that getting top 4 is more important than winning a trophy. I think winning a trophy is just as important, because I think if we get top 4 but don't win anything, could us not winning anything maybe make players not want to join us because they think that we've not got the winning pedigree that we used to have. So, yeah. But we managed to win this game with ease, even with like the likes of Haaland not playing, De Bruyne didn't get any minutes. Foden did hurt his 5 points in the game, but he looked like he was all right in the end. So I'm relatively happy with that, with how it went. A lot of fringe players getting a go, and 8 goals. You can never complain when you've scored 8 goals in the game, regardless of who you're playing, whether it's be Salford or Liverpool or anyone like that. But big win. On to Brentford, who lost today against Plymouth at home. Got to go there, get the 3 points, and just taking it game by game as we go between now and the end of the season. Come on, City.